Hello again everyone. Today what we'll be doing is we're going to be installing the plugin RandomTP, which is a form of a wilderness teleportation plugin. I know, by now you're hoping that I will have done some form of world edit or world guard considering they're more common. However, if you have a high player base, right off the bat, what you'll want over anything else is a wilderness teleportation plugin, because you don't want your server's front area getting completely destroyed by newbies. So what you're going to do is you're going to first download our plugin. You will not save this to the plugins folder as we usually do. However, where we will be saving it is the desktop, because we're going to be making some personal modifications. If you do not want to make any personal modifications, you can go ahead and skim through the video and figure out where we are next. However, we're going to start here. So go ahead and download Notepad++ if you haven't before already. You're going to download the 7-zip. I'll provide that link in the description below. If you don't already have some form of unzipping, you'll know how to use that. Now that we see that our plugin is here, we're going to go to 7-zip, open the archive, go to the plugin, drag that, and we're going to edit it with Notepad++. As you can see, our alias is set to RTP. I'm going to change that to wild because most people use like to use the command /wild when they teleport into the wilderness. And we will provide some form of identification for that in the server. So some form of a sign, or if you have the plugin holographic displays, you can create one of those. But that's another plugin for another day. So just make sure that you save that. Now that you see that this is done here, you're going to drag this back in. Are you sure you want to copy files to the archive? Yes. So I believe what it has just done is it has just replaced this, or the original form of the plugin.yml. We're going to empty the recycle bin. We're going to drag this back onto here to confirm that it's changed. Edit with Notepad++, and you'll see that it is in fact wild. Now that we've done this, you can close out a 7-zip. You can open up your server files, go to your plugins, and drag the plugin in. Now that you've done this, you're just going to go to your server. You're going to go ahead and start it up. So now that our server is started up, we can go into our plugins and see that it's developed a folder for random teleport. We're going to go ahead and stop our server. Once you've done that, go to your configuration. You can edit that with Notepad++. This is a lot different from the original version of Random Teleport that we used to have. However, I'm just going to be showing you the basics. Valid worlds, these are the worlds that you can set the Random Teleport in. However, whatever world you're in, that's the only world that the plugin will allow the command to work in. So, we have our world nether, and the world the end. If you have a plugin such as Factions, or another plugin such as Townie or Plot.me. However, you're not going to want this to be enabled in Plot.me, which is why you want under valid worlds the worlds you want this to work in. We're going to provide only the world. We're not going to let people teleport in the nether randomly and the end randomly, because errors can occur there. Maximum Z or X and Z axis. So radiuses are set, personalized. I always like to keep mine within 5,000. Send message on teleport. You can choose whether that it tells the player that they've been teleported or not. I do, so that it's confirmation of the player having been moved. Anti-cheat prevents teleportation in lava, water, and falling. Biomes, that it will not spawn in ocean, river, and deep ocean. Blocks, cactus, there are some that you can change if you want. You can create a price when someone teleports, cooldown between teleports that they can do. If you set this high, usually you don't have to charge a price. So that's what I'm going to actually do. I changed my mind. I'm going to set it to 960. That's in seconds. Price for a portal usage, sign, self, CMD. We're not going to mess with any of that because I'm just showing you the basics. So go ahead and save that configuration. You can either go to File and save it, Save As, blah, or you can do Control S if you're on Windows. Now go ahead and start your server back up. Now that our server has started back up, what we're going to want to do is we're going to want to go ahead and go on our server. So now what we're going to do is we're going to join our server here. This is our customized server that we've been working on so far. We're going to join up on our server. Now as you can see, we're in game. Our last rank was Prime, as you can see. I'm going to go ahead and promote myself, or demote myself to Member. Oh, right, User. Now that I'm a user, we're going to make sure that our permissions are default. However, we need to add our permission first. What we're going to want to do is the command, if we're using Group Manager, main add permission user randomTP.tp. Now that I've set the default permission node for the simple teleport, I'm going to go ahead and deopt myself. And as we had previously established, our range is 5,000 by 5,000. We've set our alias to wild, and now what we're going to do is test it. And it will tell us how far we are going in which direction. So I'm going 4,526 blocks, 0.24 to the east. And it did spawn me underwater, but it wasn't that bad. So now we're at a random teleported location to the east that it had established, and our plugin is working correctly, and our /wild works. However, the default is RTP. So I hope this was some help to you, and I appreciate you watching, and I hope you enjoy the plugin and use it to the best of your ability. Thanks.